Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, Council, and residents. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, you're able to see that, correct?
Yes.
Twice in a row, you've been praying to the PowerPoint gods.
You're not kidding. Hey, I learned a little trick on what I was doing wrong. I got to download them and then share. All right. This is the agenda that we're going to follow tonight. And while there's a lot of information, I'm going to move through it fairly quickly. Okay, I do want to welcome, as most of you, particularly visitors, to know that we always we always do a hail and farewell. We are fortunate that we have no farewells this meeting, but I do want to hail our newest officer, Jason Willett. He's a lateral police officer coming out of Forest Heights, native of Maryland, in a small town from a small town south of Prince George's. He graduated from the Prince George's Municipal Police Academy, and he's actually one of the few students who sponsored himself, paid his own way through that while working part-time. So we're really happy to have him here. Basically, his background and his career led him to explore options that aligns him with the values of the city of Hyattsville. So we're really happy to have him. He says that he always wanted to help people. He is family oriented and he just loves spending time with family and friends. So we just want to welcome Jason. Many of you will see him out and about in the community. Please be sure to say hello and welcome him to the city when you see him. All right, and I want to acknowledge and congratulate both Cindy Zork and Dana Matthews. They went to a conference in New Orleans, and it was a National Association for Government Communicators conference. Over 300 attendees, and Cindy and Dana both presented a session on language access, and they shared a lot of the lessons that we learned right here. They learned right here in Hyattsville on bilingual communications. So thank you, ladies, for representing Hyattsville. I also want to acknowledge them because at this same conference, they were voted Best Educational and Promotional Campaign, the city of Hyattsville was, for the 2023 city elections and future voter campaign. These awards are hosted by the National Association of Government Communications, and they receive submissions from government agencies across the U.S. And so, of course, the communications team, along with the clerks team and the Board of Elections, submitted this nomination. We also appreciate Katie Burke for the design. And many of you know it was Public Works Week last week, and we just want to acknowledge all of the great work that our Public Works team do for this community. That's a really great team of men and women who work hard every day. The Public Works Department had a cookout at the facility. We had a great time. One of our newest members, brand new, did the cooking for us, Elroy King, and grilled a bunch of great food. So we had a really good time. Once again, thank you, Department of Public Works, and we do appreciate you. All right, and so to show our appreciation, because not only did we have Public Works Week, the week before we had National Police Week, the week before that we had Administrators Week, and then Clerks Week. So we had a staff appreciation summer kickoff cookout. And so these are just some snapshots from the cookout that we had right here in the parking lot. Our sincere thanks to Patrick, Pedro, and Chris Evans for cooking, as well as Nate Gronendijk. He helped as well. And we just had a lot of fun. Jen Twyford and some of the HR staff helped plan the cookout. So I just wanted to share some snapshots from the great time. Hyattsville was also featured in Great Places to Live in the Washingtonian. So I wanted to show you that. That's that red graphic right down there in the corner. We were voted one of the 5 cities where cars aren't necessary. Not sure if we'd go that far to say cars aren't necessary, but they did acknowledge us as one of 5. And they talked about our access to the 2 metros. And the fun fact that they used, which they do on all of these, is that Melrose Skate Park is designed for beginner to intermediate skaters. We also had the Fox 5 do a zip trip. Fox 5, the last time they did that, I believe, was in 2016. So it was really great to have them come out and do another zip trip. This was planned by Prince George's one of the agencies in Prince George's, Laura will correct me and tell me which one, because I'm not sure which agency planned it, but I do know that Cindy Zork, the communications team, and Laura helped with some of the planning and making sure that we had all the right people from Hyattsville there. I just want to show that Mayor Crosland, Chief Towers, the volunteer fire department, Streetcar 82, our dance studio, High Swap, our DJ, Kick House, Hyattsville, and Trinity Grill, a lot of our restaurants, Franklin's, Northwestern High School soccer team, all of them were interviewed on the show, and they played snippets throughout the morning on Fox 5. And right there in the middle is Maddie Franco, our junior reporter. She was able to ask some questions at Fox 5. It was a great afternoon. I know most of the council were there, so it was good to see all of you. Showing you that DPW continues to work in the community. You know, in the spring and summer, you see them out much more in terms of just getting our crosswalks together and doing some of our curb work. Please look out for the no parking signs and some of the cones that we have, and again, the workers in the street. We try to make sure that we publish any work that we're doing, and we've gotten calls recently where WSSC and Washington Gas have been out in our roads. So we're making sure that they inform us so that we can let our residents know in advance of any work happening in their community. If you see work going on and you were not notified, please let us know so that we can make the right calls. Thanks to Council President Solomon. This was one of his initiatives last year, the Menstrual Equity Pilot Program. And so we did a news release, and of course in our throne restrooms and our public restrooms, we do have menstrual products available for our residents and in the city building restroom. Mid-management leadership training. I just want to shout out the HR department, specifically Jay Joyner, who has been one of the main lead presenter, or one of them. He created the course. This was a course because we have so many of our middle management managers who have been here a long time, and they deserve to be promoted to the next level, but they also need to go through levels of training and leadership courses. So it's a 10-week course, and some of the other directors will get involved and present with Director Joyner, but they talk about things like decision-making, organizational culture, communication. So just a great opportunity for some of our middle managers and for those who are aspiring to be in management to get some initial training. You will see if you walk in the building that there is a youth art display now in our building. We have a contracted art teacher, Miss Tyler, and she is working with our youth services drop-in center. And so the 8-week cohort just ended, and so we now have masterpieces of portraits in our hallway. Each piece has a bio, so please, that talks a little bit about what the youth were intending in their drawing. So please walk a little slower as you come into the city building and take a look at the great work that our young people are doing. Community services, the mental health program coverage. We did do the press release. As you know, we are going to start providing mental health program and services to teens and family members in different forms. Some of them will be in classes and counseling and so forth. Also, the Immigrant Update Summit, Sandra was invited to participate along, Sandra Shepard, Director Shepard, along with PGC, the Latino Liaison, and the Hope Center for Wellness, and she spoke at the summit. She presented on cultural bridges and immigrant resilience, leveraging community collaboration towards enhanced immigrant mental health wellness. So we appreciate Sandra representing Hyattsville. We were the only city invited to present and speak at this summit hosted by the county. And our summer jams are starting up again, third Friday of every month, starting in June. So we just want to remind everyone to come out. You'll see that the first one is on June 21st. It's Juneteenth. July 19th is at the City Building, Retailers Celebration. August 16th is the International Celebration at Hyrick Park. And September 20th is Hispanic Heritage Celebration at Driscoll Park. Volunteers and vendors absolutely needed and welcomed. Animal Control Liaison has a leashing campaign that you will start seeing flyers on. This is just a reminder for people to leash their dogs when they're out walking them. There is one park in the community, the dog park, that in Hyrick, that does allow unleashed dogs, but the rest of the parks and the rest of the time that we're walking in our community, we do want to remind you that you need to make sure that your dogs are on a leash. and to try to refrain from having them jump on people. Most of you have seen that we've gotten a little bit of attention and calls about loose dogs being seen in and around the community. So again, this will be an educational and an informational campaign to our community. And time for summer camp. I will tell you, these summer camp classes are filling up pretty quickly. Director Shepherd and I met today to try to figure out what we can do, because we have a waiting list for every camp. But that also tells you that these are really great camps. And so this is just a snapshot of some of the field trips that they'll be taking. And right now we have some of our coaches and staff in training. So, well, I say right now, they're going to start next week, mid-July, mid-June rather. They'll be doing some pre-service training. So that says July, I meant June there. Okay, and we're also swearing in our new Youth Advisory Council. That's going to be on Tuesday, June 11th at 5 p.m. We're excited about these young people. And so we're looking forward to seeing all of you come out and just kind of encourage them. Seniors on the Go just recently took a trip to the Botanical Gardens, and they continue to get involved in the community and come out to our trips. One of the things that we are bringing back, because it was in fact very successful, that was the intergenerational activity. That's where we put our teens together with our young people. And so the young people came out in force, as do the seniors, and they just like engaging and learning about, how to work on iPads and what to do on their cell phones and all kinds of good stuff. So that is going to start up again in July. We just had the community cultural conversation, and that the title was Gender Identity and Sexual Expression. That was an effort to kick off LGBTQIA and Pride Month. Community members had a great conversation with each other and with our two panelists. And so we do want to thank our facilitator, Julia Gasper Bates, Kelly Barella, and Anne Claire Frank Sesse. These ladies started the community conversations years ago. We stopped them for about 4 years, and definitely through COVID. And so we're bringing these back. And so they've come up with some great ideas, and they've been a great partner to the city. So we're excited about community conversations moving forward. Strategic planning meeting, Debbie and Jeff have been working hard to try to get this sustainability plan, which we are now calling our strategic plan, getting that back on track. And so we have a lot of the information that the community and public have provided us in the past, over the past few years, but we need to get this document rolling. And so what we're trying to do is just energize the community again to remind them that this is what you have asked for, and we want a little bit more information on what you would like to see moving forward in our community. We shared about 70 goals through some of the previous engagement sessions. We'll have several more forums, and we'll also use some of our online platforms so that we can try to produce a document in the next several months. And the bid bus tour, many of you know we are working hard to try to create a business improvement district. And so we met with our consultant, and R&A consultants, along with some of the council members who attended and businesses in and around the area. So we are going to continue working through that. You will hear more about the Business Improvement District and the benefits that it will provide to the Hyattsville Crossing neighborhood. And just want everyone to save the date this weekend, Trolley Trail. And now, because the spot is not available, this Trolley Trail Day will be held at Melrose Park, the skate park right up the street, and that will be between 10 and 4 a.m. That is the Hyattsville leg will be held at Melrose Park. And a reminder of some of our open positions. In our police department, we have several open positions. Want to make sure that everyone is aware and that you get a good look at those. And if you have anyone that you would like to recommend, please do that for us, as well as Department of Public Works has one open position, and Communications is looking for a communications coordinator. Want to wish Leslie Riddle a very happy birthday. Her birthday was this past Saturday, and Councilmember Kareem Redmond, whose birthday is June 18th, coming up. And finally, the weekly offerings. Just a reminder, we have art classes on Tuesdays, 10 to 12, senior fitness seated exercise class on Wednesdays from 10 to 11, Zumba fitness class on Wednesdays, 4 to 5, and digital literacy instruction. And this is very popular with many of our seniors. That is from 12 to 1 p.m. And committee meetings, we have 2, because of course we meet again next Monday, so this is not an extensive list. But the Board of Supervisors of Elections is going to be on Tuesday on the 4th, and the Shade Tree Board meeting is June 5th. Upcoming events, Free Movie Monday, that's June 3rd. Oh, that's today. We missed that. So last day to apply for a commercial facade improvement grant is Friday, this coming Friday. So please apply. If you know any businesses that may be interested, we would love to have them apply. We want to expand this grant funding to our businesses to help them improve their exterior. Trolley Trail Day, I just mentioned, and of course, Gateway Community Meeting with some of the ward reps and a few other elected officials that have been invited is going to be this Thursday at 6:30 to 8 p.m. in the city building. And I believe that is it. That is it. Mayor and Council, if you have any questions for me, I'm available to take questions.